The illustrious Alicia here. Hey everybody, I haven't made a video in a while. I was trying to be consistent, but sometimes I'm unable to make a video because I have, duties to do as a mother and taking care of my teenage daughter on the autism spectrum. It can be pretty difficult dealing with challenges within my life that have basically arisen in my life after so many years. It's like, I don't want to say history repeating itself, because those things will not happen again. Just going through things, as far as, the people who were in my life coming back in my life right now, or trying to come back in my life right now, is something very odd and peculiar to me. It's unbelievable, in a lot of ways it's blowing my mind. Okay, because might as well say mind blown. My mind is blown from dealing with my daughter, her father, one serious old flame that I just have grown to be attached to, just turning more in a positive way and trying to learn how to trust people all over again. I'm not very trusting. I don't trust very much anymore. And it seemed like, things could be going a certain way until I let my guard down a bit, with a certain person. Take your pick, and then it's like they come and smack me right in my face, I'm like stunned, like, what? You just put your hands on me. But it's just a simple fact that me living my life, to the fullest, I am a child of God. And a lot of things that I try to do, or try to be a part of, like, just trying to take care of myself and take care of my daughter. And it has been a challenge, caring for her, because a lot of times she may be disobedient, and I had to kind of like try to learn ways of how to talk to her and to discipline her, according to, what's more feasible for me and how effective it is, concerning her. Let's just face it, like, with her, Dad, I was abused, and I've never been in an abusive relationship. I've ever gotten in a fight with one of my ex-boyfriends before, but he was my ex, and it wasn't like he had control over me or anything, but, her dad did, and I was just going through things I never went through in my life, and I didn't know until I experienced myself what other women have been through, being attacked by their, significant other at the time, or, just basically, I always wondered why they stayed, or, wanted to just try to get out of the situation. It's not as easy, as people think it is. I would have never thought that I would have been in an abusive relationship, but this stems from years prior that, having, mental breakdowns and things like that, and not being able to take my medicine as prescribed, and you know, working with the mental health professionals and, just, the people in my corner or in my circle at the time. I didn't know how to do those type of things because I wasn't like one that had been on medication before, or having to take it every day. Um, but I mean, it's rewarding for me, even though although the medicine is just a aid. It's not going to cure everything or have every day just be okay. I'll just take a happy pill. There is no such thing as that. It takes a lot of work to if you want to do better, if you want to get better, you got to do better. And I've had in the past many times where I did not take my medicine, or I'll take it for a while and I'll feel better, then I'll stop, or maybe a significant other is telling me you don't need that medicine, ain't nothing wrong with you, things like that, just to, like, I believe, to have control over me even more. And me being afraid of having to go back to the hospital and, losing this or that, it's been something. It affected me in so many ways, especially with my oldest child that, I had to deal with, her basically, being taken away from me, and although I began to get better in such a sense, I still wasn't ready, to care for her all over again, just to start over. I had a lot of people in my mix that were trying to keep me from experiencing that, being able to be a mom. But I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson as far as being a parent, having to be there for my child, and putting the child practically above all else, except for God. God is, He's leading me in my life, and I am very happy about that. There's some things that, like, maybe my youngest brother's dad doesn't understand, is that it's not all about paying child support, or wanting to be in a relationship or anything like that. It takes more than just child support to raise a child, especially a special needs child, such as my daughter Zoe. It takes a lot more patience, and and just trying to become someone that had to be on a routine, kind of, and just taking things, I guess, maybe one step at a time, one day at a time, and it's been pretty challenging, shall I say it like a word. So it's been very challenging caring for her single-handedly, with hardly any help. Her grandparents come get her sometimes, and she's gotten older, they, don't get her as much, but, I mean, anytime to myself, after dealing with certain things that happen on a day-to-day, helps me out a lot. I know I may have left something out, but this here is what I have to go through, and then taking care of myself. That can be a challenge too, trying to keep up with what I need to be doing and how I need to take care of myself, and how I need to, like, get some sort of plan or routine, or to do the tasks that I need to do, even outside of taking care of my daughter. I'm sleepy. I'm sleepy, y'all. But yeah. So I take everything one day at a time. And when I get overwhelmed, I begin to get overwhelmed. And sometimes, oh my goodness, y'all, I'm so sorry. I am just that tired, but no, when, you know what, I want to get up here for a second because I need to regroup, okay, or just go ahead and lay down. This is my problem. I stay up all day, you know, and I really get any naps or anything, but I stay up all day and then I try to go to sleep at night. And every night for the longest time lately, she gets up. My daughter gets up and she wants something to eat. She wants to use the restroom. She wants to just, you know, lollygag like it's the middle of the day. But it can be challenging. I'll be quiet for a minute. I'll be quiet for a minute and, you know, chill out, do what I need to do. And then, you know, there's a quiet time, then she's up again and up and at it, you know, just, you know, rambunctious a bit, you know, and just, you know, I don't know. I know I'm tired. And that's why I say I try to make videos and I'll try to be more consistent with them, but just all in all, right now I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time dealing with spiritual warfare. You know, I have so much going on that, you know, I'm like, I got to just really take some time to myself and regroup, you know, each and every day. And I can. And sometimes with her being asleep, it's a help. It's a way for me to, you know, be able to do some things that I want to do. But honestly, I'm gonna say honestly, it is honest. Well, it is. I have to go through it every day. You know, so what I'll say is that she's a beautiful young lady and she's growing, and I'm trying to, you know, get help for her and help for myself. And well, I'm gonna get off here, y'all, and pray that y'all have a good night and a blessed night. Have a good night, y'all. All right, peace.